let's get started with the top news story of the day. Obviously, Senate Democrats have passed the $3.5 trillion budget framework. Beer, 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 beer. And obviously, you know, Joe Manchin was just waiting for the opportunity. He was like sitting around, you know, hanging upside down in some basement that he lives in his West Virginia mansion that's built like a chateau, because he's a bat. Okay, well, he's a moth. He's Mothman, but whatever. President Joe Manchin, president of the United States of America, Joe Manchin, the most important man in politics. He's back at it again. But let's watch this first. Let's have a brief moment of celebration for a second before he gets like totally ruined here.
The yeas are 50, the nays are 49, and the concurrent resolution as amended is agreed to.
This morning, the Senate approved a $3.5 trillion budget resolution, setting the framework for a massive budget bill loaded with progressive social programs, including child and senior care, and money to combat climate change. The 50-49 party line vote came after an overnight vote-a-rama on a lengthy series of non-binding amendments.
This amendment is just plain anti-pickup truck. Let's start there.
Oh my God, dude. We gotta see some of these. It's like people who have literally never touched a pickup truck, or people who think that, like, you know, just mentioning pickup truck is the end all be all of like working class American. It's just McCloskey fucking type beat right here. You know how he like went into his family farm and was like, I'm picking up a bale of hay. That's why Missouri should vote for me. Just LARPing. It's one of the most disgusting things. I get so annoyed by it. I don't know why we don't shit on like Republican candidates and Republican politicians like LARPing as much as we do about like Beto O'Rourke or some shit, you know? Because like, we always make fun of like, you know, John Kerry or any number of like liberals who try to, you know, speak Spanish or do stuff like that. We never ever make fun of Republicans who are like, oh, I'm so real working class American. It's like, bitch, you're literally an Exxon lobbyist before you became a politician. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, you haven't touched grass or hay outside of like a marketing campaign.
Opposing my amendment is a vote in support of defunding the police.
Some senators expressed.
Yeah, that's Tommy Tuberville had a really important proposal that got passed with a 99-0 fucking vote. Here, let's watch what that was before we continue on with this budget resolution. Dude, it's all flash. I swear to God. Look.
I call on my colleagues to support our law enforcement by voting yes for this amendment. Opposing my amendment is a vote in support of defunding the police and against the men and women in blue.
The gentleman's time has expired.
Madam President.
Senator from New Jersey.
Oh my fucking God. Cory Booker, like, chill, dude. Yo, this is why veganism should be illegal, okay? What the fuck, dude? You don't have to. What are you on right now? What kind of yerba mate did you have earlier, Cory Booker?
I am so excited. This is perhaps the highlight of this long and painful and torturous night.
Dude, what is this? Like, Cory Booker acting like he just got accepted into the Church of Scientology, dude. Bro, be a human for once, dude. Cory Booker, be a human challenge, okay? Cory Booker, you're doing it again. He always he lays it on too thick. It's like, we get it, bro. You're an alien, okay? We get it. Like, you can't hide this from us. We understand. He's always looking like, he always acts in a way where he's just like trying to show you that he's a human being.
Senator from New Jersey.
I am so excited. This is perhaps the highlight.
And I know he's trying to make fun of the bill. It doesn't fucking matter, though. He's just like, just be normal. Just be normal, dude.
So let all of us, 100 people, not walk, but sashay down there and vote for this amendment and put to rest the lies. And I am sure I will see no political ads attacking anybody here over defund the police. And I would ask unanimous consent to add something else to this obvious bill. Can we add also that every senator here wants to defund the police, believes in God, country, and apple pie? Thank you.
People are clapping, dude. They're such nerds, bro. The way that just be fucking normal has become a common line I use in my life. It's just, but it's true. Just be normal, dude. Why can't you? Like, I get the energy that he's trying to put out there. If it wasn't a complete abdication of Senate procedures, then during the vote, he did just that. Oh, Jesus Christ. He did. Oh. Jesus Christ, dude. What a weirdo. Everyone gets to feel like a winner. Tuberville's office on the 99 vote. All Senate Democrats pound at the chance to distance themselves from defund the police rhetoric. It's just like, dude, so fucking weird, dude.
But earlier Tuesday, bipartisanship briefly reigned as the Senate overwhelmingly passed a $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill.
On this vote, the yeas are 69.
19 GOP senators joined Democrats in voting to rebuild the nation's highways, bridges, public transit, and expand access to broadband.
After years and years of infrastructure week, we're on the cusp of an infrastructure decade that I truly believe will transform America.
Tennessee's Bill Hagerty voted no.
They call the infrastructure bipartisan, but
I think what it reveals is the strategy deployed by the majority leader. He wanted to put the patina of bipartisanship on this initial package. He wanted to create a series of actions, real momentum toward this $3.5 trillion spending spree that's going to be a debt bomb for America.
The infrastructure measure heads to the House, but Speaker Nancy Pelosi won't allow a vote until the Senate passes that $3.5.
By the way, this is actually solid. Like, what Nancy Pelosi is doing right now is solid, is very solid. Like, refusing to... I mean, this is what Joe Biden was talking about. This is what the Democrats signaled that they were going to do. It's not going to happen, I don't think. But, I mean, they're not going to hold out. But, you know, it's a good play. It's perhaps the only play at this point.
A series of actions, real momentum toward this $3.5 trillion spending spree that's going to be a debt bomb for America.
The infrastructure measure heads to the...
Dude, shut the fuck up, dude. A debt bomb for America. Suck my fucking cock, you stupid bitch. A debt bomb. It's only a debt bomb when it comes to spending money for just America's citizens, okay? It's a debt bomb when it's building a fucking road. It's a debt bomb when it's expanding Medicare. Suck my cock. It's never a debt bomb when it's a real bomb that we're fucking spending $1 trillion on, just on R&D. So that, like, you know, we find new and interesting ways of blowing up fucking school kids in Yemen. That's never a debt bomb. It's a debt bomb when it's a fucking road. Our entire infrastructure is in a fucking state of disrepair. Okay, we're the wealthiest nation on earth. We don't have fucking roads that trucks can reliably drive over. It's like, what about the debt bomb? I fucking despise these people. I would literally jail every politician. I've completely lost it, dude. You're investing here. I'll use capitalist terminology. You are literally reappropriating capital that you have accumulated or taking out debt, let's say, even though you have the infinite money glitch by being America alone. Whatever. You're reinvesting that into your business, okay? Into the infrastructure, into the bare bones, the skeleton of your business. It is necessity for growth. It is an absolute necessity for growth, okay?
House, but Speaker Nancy Pelosi won't allow a vote until the Senate passes that $3.5 trillion budget bill.
The total vision is about not only building physical infrastructure, but building human infrastructure.
Yeah, I know. The Progressive Caucus is already, like, up the ass of Nancy Pelosi and everyone else saying, like, listen, we won't fucking vote for this. The Progressive Caucus members will not support a bipartisan bill without the bold reconciliation bill passing through the Senate. So pretty fucking solid. We talked about this yesterday. I still don't think it'll work, but who knows? I want them to prove me wrong. 8 out of 10 moderate Dems are saying they won't vote for the 3.5 trillion plan if the 1.2 trillion doesn't get a vote right away. Well, I mean, they're not going to vote for it anyway. They're doing the Republican tactic. So here's what Joe Manchin had to say. Hold on. Early this morning, I voted yes on a procedural vote to move forward on a budget reconciliation process because I believe it is most important to discuss the fiscal policy future of this country. However, I have serious concerns about the grave consequences of facing West Virginians, and every American family if Congress decides to spend another $3.5 trillion. Over the past year, Congress has injected more than $5 trillion of stimulus into the American economy. I wonder why that happened. I wonder which president did that and for what reason. To respond to the pandemic, never mind, he mentions it. The challenge we now face is different. Millions of jobs remain unfilled across the country, and rising inflation rates are now an unavoidable tax on the wages and income of every American. You know, a way to combat inflation, of course, is also taxing and raising the interest rates, but he won't do that, obviously. These are not indications of an economy that requires trillions in additional spending. Every elected leader is chosen to make difficult decisions. Adding trillions of dollars more to nearly $29 trillion in national debt without any consideration of the negative effects of our children and grandchildren is one of those decisions that has become far too easy in Washington. Given the current state of the economic recovery, it is simply irresponsible to continue spending at levels more suited to respond to a Great Depression or Great Recession, not an economy that's on the verge of overheating. More importantly, I firmly believe that continuing to spend at irresponsible levels puts at risk our nation's ability to respond to the unforeseen crises our country could face. Like what? I urge my colleagues to seriously consider this reality as this budget process unfolds in the coming weeks and months. Put Joe Manchin on a spaceship to fucking Mars, dude. One-way ticket. I'm overheating just thinking about the many dog whistles that Republicans use. The problem here is that the fucking country roads in West Virginia are in a state of disrepair, okay? I don't know what John Denver would think about the current state of the country roads, but let me tell you something. Mountain Mama, take me home. You're not going home. You can't get the home because the roads are fucked. And guess what? The elderly are fucked at home. They're not getting enough care. The children are fucked. They're not getting enough care either. You understand? What's idiotic about this inflation shit or the debt is that there are measures built in to this $3.5 trillion spending package that would actually, at the very least, pay for a sizable sum in way, way more significant ways than like the tax breaks ever did, right? Because tax cuts for the wealthy and corporations that Donald Trump pushed for in his administration exclusively fucking ballooned our debt. There was no counter to that. That's just what tax cuts do. But that wasn't a problem then. The problem, on the other hand, is that they also don't want to tax the wealthy and corporations. That's the real problem. Yeah, this is the same guy that Exxon lobbyists literally routinely joke about having in their pocket. Here are some legal documents that show Manchin has stakes in companies that pay less than $15 an hour. Manchin also urged big money donors with no labels to talk to Senator Roy Blunt about flipping his vote on the commission in order to save the filibuster. Like, he himself he very openly has talked about, how he could whip a certain way. Jonathan Larson shows legal documents show Manchin has stakes in companies that pay less than $15 an hour. Obviously, that would be a problem for Joe Manchin. A $15 minimum wage was increased to $15 an hour. And lastly, Republicans were caught on hidden camera praising Manchin and Sinema for obstructing the Democrats. Let's watch that. This is David Dole, Rational National. He's great. Great left-wing commentator on YouTube. Let's watch what Rick Santorum. Do not Google Rick Santorum. It is a sex act. Do not Google it.
Most people run around, particularly progressives, who all they want to talk about is, well, let the people's will be done. No. We don't want the people's will to be done immediately because you have the passions of the majority that remember, our Constitution was set up to protect who? Minority rights, not the majority rights.
But the reality is,
and the real minority is billionaires. Obviously, Rick Santorum is correct. Who's the biggest minority in this country? And by that, I mean, like, who's the most minor of the minority? You know what I mean? Like, billionaires. There are, unfortunately, a very tiny percentage of them. I mean, the 1% of the 1%, it's in the name. And that's what the Constitution is here to protect.
They're pushing as far as they can. Fortunately for us, the filibuster is still in effect in the Senate. Without that, we would be dead meat, and this thing would be, then we'd be having a little bit more frantic discussion than we're having today. But thank goodness for Sinema. And
they keep saying billionaire. They keep saying rich. They keep saying wealthy. Instead, they should be saying POM, people of means, or POW, prisoner of war, but also people of wealth, okay? You say BIPOC. It's not POC's not good enough anymore. Now you got to say BIPOC. Why can't we say POM? Why can't we say POW? That's right. People are out here saying the B word, billionaire. They're saying the M word loosely now. Millionaire. Oh, God. The true oppressed minorities. We need to care about them.
I like it when AOC is going after Joe Manchin. Like, this is great for me. You know, it makes my job easier as a conservative because, I can go to Joe Manchin or Kirsten Sinema and be like, hey, guys, and I'm really sorry you're having to go through that. That's just a shame. Nobody should be treated like this. I just really thank you for standing for the country. And all of you in this room, people at home on Zoom, let me tell you right now, if you want to do one thing to keep the republic afloat, call Joe Manchin's office, call Kirsten Sinema's office, be polite, smile as you talk on the phone. If you talk on the phone with a smile, Your voice sounds better. You're just like, hi, I'm here to talk to Senator Joe Manchin and thank him for keeping the filibuster intact. I'm just a Republican voter from state X, doesn't matter. But I just want to say thank you. Because what's happening up here is the fact that they've decided not to blow open the filibuster, in a lot of respects, is going to save the Republic from the worst things that the left wants to do. And H.R. 1 is the tip of the iceberg.
So we just got to hold the line right now. Keeping the filibuster is a big part of that, and all the other elements that I know y'all are discussing this week.
It's a lot easier to pass giveaways than it is to take them away. Really? And everybody thinks, oh, well, we don't.
That's literally, I mean, he's right. And that's kind of the heart of the truth there. Because when you pass the giveaways, it's very hard to fucking take it back. Like, good luck trying to advocate to eradicate the NHS in the UK. It's not going to happen. Good luck trying to take away socialized healthcare in Canada. It's not going to happen. Good luck trying to take away Social Security in this country. It is a deeply irresponsible and incredibly unpopular thing. Medicare. Everybody loves Medicare, okay? And people who are on Medicare fucking vote. Important constituency for both parties. So they know that these policies are popular. They know that these policies would demand tax hikes, and they don't want that. They want to make sure that their main constituents, not you, not me, not the average Joe, not the working class, but the billionaires, millionaires, and wealthy corporations continue to make money off of the government's ineptitude and lack of interest in covering certain parts of people's immediate needs and amenities that other comparable OECD nations unconditionally offer to their citizens. That's how it works.
We'll just take them away. No, we won't. No, we won't. So please, if any of you have any thoughts about the idea that a filibuster removal, it was a good deal, and I know the previous president was for it and still is. It's a bad idea. Call Joe Manchin and say thank you. Seriously. Call Kyrsten Sinema and say thank you.
So that, of course, is just further confirmation of what we already know.
There is like not even any reason to do commentary over this. I mean, no disrespect to David, his videos are great, but you guys should check his channel out. But like, that's it. Like, it's literally perfect. Like, it's just, you don't need additional information. Like, they're basically telling you what the deal is. Anyway, that's where we're at. And we know that Joe Manchin is the dog of the fucking, he's the dog of the oil lobby. He's a fucking piece of shit. Most of what he advocates for doesn't make sense because they would be incredibly helpful for the people of West Virginia. Increasing the minimum wage to $15 an hour is literally incredibly popular, over 60% popularity, and he still yeeted that. It's just, he's not like, he's not working for West Virginia. He's not working for Americans. He's working for Joe Manchin.
70% of Americans support creating a pathway to citizenship for TPS holders, for dreamers, and farm workers. That includes a majority of Democrats and Republicans and independents. Colleagues, right now, we have an opportunity to provide stability and security for the very workforce that the Department of Homeland Security, beginning during the Trump administration, has deemed essential to our nation's economy and security. So as we write a reconciliation bill to create an equitable and sustainable economic recovery, we must include immigration reform.
True. And by the way, that has consistently been a number that is incredibly popular. Thank you, Alex Padilla. I mean, he's all right. Better than the rest of California's like major politicians, with the exception of Katie Porter, who I like. I know, guys. I know it's Padilla. Okay, I know. Ro Khanna. Oh, don't get me started on Ro Khanna. Okay, I got mixed feelings on Ro Khanna. All right, so that's where we're at right now. We're waiting on, Joe Manchin and the 10 moderates in the Democratic Party with like Kyrsten Sinema, Hassan. There's another one. I forget the other. Like, there's like there's a bunch of these like greedy, mouth breathing, vampire fucks. Yes, Pago Azan. Yes, Pago Senator Azan. That are like just waiting. They're chomping at the fucking bits, waiting for any opportunity to put their name out there to do like their personal branding as the spoiler for any sort of progress. Great system, works well, works incredible. Oh, the other thing I was going to say is Nobel winning, neoliberal, or I guess like he's more of a social democrat than neoliberal. I mean, he's a neoliberal. Nobel laureate op-ed columnist Paul Krugman had something to say about the fucking inflation and the heat. Oh, for God's sake, he says, do the math, people. GDP will be $300 trillion over the next decade, $3.5 trillion partially paid for with tax hikes, and much of it expanded the economy's capacity isn't an inflation threat. You know what's really funny about this? You know what's really funny about this entire convoluted process? Is that the capitalists are upset that the government is doing capitalism. A debtor's economy is at the foundation of growth under capitalism. Like this is, and if you are generating $300 trillion, then like debt to the magnitude of 3.5 is nothing. Even 20 trillion or the ballooning debt is like literally nothing in comparison to the average revenue that you're generating. Like every single fucking company operates this way. They know that already. Everyone that defends this system understands that this is what major corporations do regularly. But when the government does it, it's like, well, hold on now. And even then they actually don't have a problem with it. As a matter of fact, they literally don't have a problem with it when it comes to military spending, right? But they only have a problem with it. They only have a problem with it when it comes to like actual spending that will at least as a secondary impact affect the average Americans on a positive way. But companies go bankrupt, the government can't. That would be disastrous. First of all, when you're of a certain size of company, you literally can't go bankrupt. And the reason why you can't go bankrupt is because of the government. And the government operates on that same playing field. Like the United States of America is not going bankrupt. You're a fucking idiot, dude. What is this, the 90s? Do we really have like that mentality now? Again, we're going back to like debt hawking, which is bullshit. Like it was literally proven to be bullshit. No one cares. Except for, I guess, Democrats who suck. Except the debt is literally not being paid down. It's only increasing. It's literally not the same kind of private debt corporations have. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It just does not matter. It does not matter. Remember how I just said there are corporations that are too big to fucking fail? Remember how I mentioned there's corporations that are too big to fail, so the American government literally makes sure that they still survive regardless of how much debt they have? We are the too big to fail country. Yeah, Boeing is an example of this. Name another too big to fail country for reference. There really aren't. There is not another country like the United States of America. We are in control. Like our currency is in control of like 80% of every financial fucking transaction. Like there are European countries that are still as important, but even they could fucking go bankrupt. We are literally the most, like nothing comes near us, dude. Nothing. The entire global economy revolves around us. What if the world switches to China's currency? It's that the only time the US debt would mean anything? Yeah, but that's not gonna fucking happen. Or at least anytime soon. Bro, China uses US currency. What the fuck, dude? Like, what are you talking about, dude? I'm trying the watermelon flavor of this yerba mate. I'm having yerba mate. Pretty goddamn good.